only one will be able to prove themselves as the dominators, or finally Indonesia can give me exactly what I'm expecting, a all-out day for the nation. RRQ obviously outdid their own brothers within week 1, managing to scrap their way all the way up to the 4th spot. But we were pretty surprised as well, Danley, as to how Bigatron Delta stole the spotlight from them quite a number of times.
Okay, so here's the thing. Even though this might seem like a surprise, it was week 1. And we have seen time and time again in previous tournaments that there are...
From the Indonesian squad, they didn't do too bad the last time round. They went up against Falcons. They managed to drop them on that hot drop. But this time round, Ekal pinned down to the ground. Dix will be able to find a turnaround here with the backup that he has from Koja, as well as On Fire gets down once again.
God of Wolf not looking too happy because the team is now reeling, being pushed by Turdak.
And traps, MP5 in handy, and beautiful 2v1 as Ton drops yet another 2 players down on the ground. Make that 3. 7 taken out as well, but Wings doing exactly what he does best, going on the revival spree. Battle Royale beauty, such a crazy balance between aggression and capability of teams surviving until that final circle. Speaking of surviving, no Twisted Minds, Diamond stopping by. Can he find this for himself? A good backstep here as Diamond and the Trogon just goes in for the rush, but finds absolutely no one just yet.
Too Fast is pretty far going to be providing support there for the team as well, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get the knockouts here because so far the angle is just not looking good. Too Fast is basically all alone and his team not looking too happy, trying to play with that compound AJ, but I just don't think there's enough cover for them to feel comfortable fighting into this.
Yeah, very smart play coming through from Too Fast, the captain, managing to beam himself away, and he managed to get that one revival, which keeps the team safe. But how far can he run? Not far at all. Exposy catches up with him. They spend 1 portal go, and that is gonna be money well spent to expand. Team expand.
Up a number of times in this particular matchup. They were picked up 3, although unfortunately we are going to be seeing our second team.
They have expanded into the universe. We see them no more. But GOW would like to see less off team. Toda 7, tagged up by that ice grenade, will have to back away from his safe haven. And the grenade finds the connection. 7, good glue wall keeps him still standing. Backs away for the bait and switch. But yet another grenade will find the both of them. Oh my goodness, who's the bomber here? Deanne is just absolutely sharp with all of those tosses.
But unfortunately, none of them are getting the complete knock, so if they can maybe try and waste some of these grenades, maybe this could be the opening for Turdak to really fight back, especially with how aggressive GOW is. But hang on a minute, AJ, look at the map. We have RRQ hot on these teams' heels.
Oh, they hear the gunshots. They see the players' heads popping up and down, and they want a piece of this action. RRQ going straight in for the swipe, but they are positioning themselves well.
The map. Oh my gosh, AJ, God of Wolf fighting against Twisted Minds within the compound, but numbers advantage in favor of God of Wolf. This is the team. We know the numbers. They are amazing on Bermuda, and if they can continue advancing, they might shut down Twisted Minds here.
Nameless tagged up from the back, Ton with the Drogon, finally managing to trap Nameless, and has got a backup as well. Isa with the shutdown, CQC with the AWM, and GOW just busted holes through Twisted Minds, but it's not all over for the squad just yet.
Oh, definitely not. RRQ wants to play as well, and if they can beat God of Wolf, that's going to be a big team eliminated from the map, especially considering they are considered one-hit wonders. And look at this! God of Wolf taking too much firepower, multiple players down, one already eliminated, Demon on the floor. They can't get the pickups. Their health is dropping as well. God of Wolf is out!
Yeah, absolutely pummeled. GOW. WAG was there to serve up the finisher as Heavy ripped away quite a number of points off of them. Onyx Olympus, on the other hand, meeting WAG as they try to back away from all of that chaos, getting 2 points for themselves. Having Zyru dropped out there on the ground, though. Can they go in for the save? Answer is absolutely no. Boy gets expended. Vending machine a tad bit too far, and Onyx Olympus will not get the revival.
They won't get the revival, and they're now down to 2 players. It's all up to Jack and Kibase, and this is not where they want to be. They're out in the open! They got caught! Blown to bits, and that's going to be Onyx hopes and dreams gone for this game. I mean, Jack, he survived for a little bit longer. Can he get a headshot in? He can't. Onyx, 8th place.
Expo actually running out of the circle to go in for the save on his friend. We'll catch up with him a little bit later on to see if or not that was a success. RRQ being gate kept still by EVOS. Divine Good Day cooking up that grenade, tossing it straight up towards Maal and Razor, who managed to back away, clipping.
It allows them to save their macro play, but oh, look at this though. Bigatron wanting to fight it to Falcons again. If Falcons can win this fight, this would be such a great revenge story for this team, especially with how things went in the early game.
Beautiful jump on that grenade, bouncing off of 2 glue walls, totally missing the players of Falcon, but the bullets do not miss. One more now, the final player, glue wall erected, but Bigatron Delta says no, yet again, proving time and time again that they're just better than to allow a little bit of survival gameplay out there for Bigatron, but where have they beamed themselves to? We'll have to catch up with them in a little bit. Heavy is out in 6th already. Bigatron coming up against their bigger brothers, RRQ. I asked for an all-out Indonesian day. We're getting exactly that. Kyung, can you survive 1v2? Make that a beautiful jump up. Ikal hopping back in to help Kyung out. Kyung still survives. Can he pick up Ikal? It will happen. 2v1 now. Duck pops out of the MP5. And Bigatron Delta still getting the job done. Finally taken out by their Indonesian brothers.
Oh my gosh, Mal actually getting caught as well. Oh, if only they could go a little bit further. But now, AJ, of all the teams left, it's WAG and EVOS. The fact that Alan was able to hide for so long and get 2nd place for the team. You know, sometimes, if you can't get that booyah, get the 2nd place, get the points. WAG, they use their brains. It works out for them. But EVOS, I loved how they tried to play aggressive, but I kind of feel like for everyone else, the fact that everyone tried so hard.
Number of eliminations kind of spread out between the top teams here. Teams like EVOS, Bigatron, RRQ. But obviously, we want to see the consistency as the day continues. So I agree with you from that point of view, right? I want more aggression out there too.
Want more aggression. And for EVOS, they want more points. If they can make that climb, get themselves into that top cut, they're going to be happy. So 13th place, I mean, considering that, but they've just...
Again, he said the hardest nest a tad bit too early, and here comes those grenades. Bounced off the glue wall. Koja responding with a solid one. Glue wall melters being laid out first. Diggs with what a toss off of that ice grenade as well. The players on the side of Falcon trying their very best to take that right-hand side flank. And Kyung straight into the thick of the action with the backstab drop cost you. The key player. Peter goes down as well. On fire from afar. Can he get it with the max 7? Answer is yes. Pops out the time turner as well. Survives the time being. Drops the glue wall. And he gets away with a nasty one. And it looks like he'll continue. But Kyung once again back up on his feet. One more defending the ground from afar. But the sniper is not going to be able to shut down this play just yet. Off screen, EVOS Divine will continue the onslaught up against Heavy and wipes the ground with...
Looking extremely bloated here with 10 eliminations. And
But we have to wait for that revival gameplay to see the efficacy of Falcon in a little bit. But Cosq does not revive into a decent place. Does manage to take out one player first before he gets nailed down. POW doing the damage.
Oh, they lost Peter as well, so it's really going to be down to one more, who's the only one left on the team, and actually taking a vehicle to possibly go try and go for some more revives. EVOS in the meantime, though, running into a skirmish here with Twisted Minds. This is a big engagement here, AJ, because if Twisted Minds are out, that means it's wide open for someone else to take the map. And look at this, Sming is out, Nameless is alone. Hua, I mean, if it's one team versus Nameless, this man is not looking too happy here.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place, but the hard place was a vending machine, so Nameless is not too teased with that situation. Axel out, which means expand has been expanded in the 10th spot as well. Nameless out in the open, the circle doing its damage. Yanbin trying to get one off of the charge buster, misses those shots. Woodpecker finds no connection. Nameless, does he eat up that grenade? And he doesn't.
Bigatron? He did it, but Bigatron is out of the game. I have no idea what happens in that fight, but oh my gosh. Now, Diamond does go down on the side of Twisted Minds, and we're going to switch on over here to this other skirmish. RRQ playing up against Todak in their own little compound.
Elimination strong. And Toda are looking to sneak a swim off here, but I don't think RRQ is going to let that one slide. Death taken away from the map. Shin stolen away by Gade. EVOS Divine still in here to chip away at all of these lives. EVOS Divine and RRQ once again, the Indonesians laying waste out there to the rest of the squad.
Oh, and God of Wolf want to take this compound for themselves, trying to wrestle it from Onyx. And Onyx, they're going to try and stay within this compound. They can't break through. GOW, if they can't get in very soon, they're going to start to lose some bodies. Dion, first one to go down, and actually it's going to be Onyx to advance on the GOW.
Oh, Cyru's down as well. 3 players out. Twisted Minds annihilated by Soda, and GOW still looking for the final nail in the coffin here. Battle outside the circle, not a smart idea at all. Demon quickly sneaks on right back in. K-Base out of the equation. Onyx Olympus holding on with 2 more lives here. Gary and Jack. Circle's now going to pressure both of these squads, and EVOS Divine just waiting from across the waters.
Waiting for across the water, and Jack, he tried to go for a sneaky headshot there, but he missed. And Gary, next one to go down thanks to Demon. So for Onyx, they're basically praying for Jack to survive. For GOW, the team is taking critical damage. Demon down on the ground as well. They can't go for the pickup. They're going to keep on trying, but they're just taking too much damage because of the blue zone. They stuck around for too long, and look at where the circle is. It's on RRQ.
GOW now getting eaten up by the blue as well. Onyx Olympus couldn't really do much. The blue forced them to sacrifice themselves, half to that, and the rest of the players, of course, nicking away those eliminations. RRQ with the best spot in the circle. Gade is going to expand his life to the blue eventually, unless, of course, one of the players from the side of RRQ chases him out and get a shot from afar. RRQ, they are back with a solid booyah to their side as well.
Back with a vengeance, and that is now 2 back-to-back booyahs for the Indonesian region. They are on fire at 4 teams. Sure, they have a really good chance of getting the booyah, but this is just showing how strong the Indonesians are looking in these 2 groups.
Because without Vigatron, he would have not been able to revive his team 4 times, right? But beautiful stuff. Look here. Solid booyah out of RRQ. 28 points. 16 eliminations, 12 from the booyah. They most definitely deserve it. But EVOS Divine with the consistency. Booyah in game 1, so much better in game number 2.
Determine who wins this overall.
Yeah, double revolvers in the hands of Ekal. Rate of fire is not going to be there, but the damage surely will cause a little bit of chaos here, especially with the headshots. Takes manages to burst himself away from that dangerous grenade that came looking for him. No grenades in hand. Has the backup of Koja. MP40 in hand. What an engagement up against Cyrus for the backup from X4. Does find the connection. Deeks down on the floor as well. Kill off the ground. And this is what we talked about. The twist of fate out there on the battlefield. You can't get lucky game after game. And now the final player eliminated. Bigatron Delta bites the dust early.
Oh my gosh.
Handing them out with the R1. Very smart play for the information. Then pushing on for the flank from the left-hand side. But Shin won't find traps with a beautiful headshot. AUG popping in for that hot shot. 7 trying to keep them back with the Vector. Will successfully drop Yanbin as well. A 1-for-1 trade thus far. Looking for the second. That will be dropped. Poppy gets a grenade out of nowhere, and Hua very quickly takes over.
Oh, Hua's taken 2 days, and actually Hua going to try and look for some more blood here, and actually catching a elimination onto Heavy. Bye-bye, Artemis. Hua now at 5 eliminations.
Yeah, I mean, they can thank the effort of Sam Ming there for that team elimination. Sam Ming single-handedly wiping out 3 players from the side of Heavy. And the final one caught by Hua Esports.
4Cap, the last player for Expand AJ. He is hiding. He cannot afford to move.
And RRQ is going to help him find a better position out of nowhere. RRQ appears like the angel that was meant to help out the players of Expand, but out in the open, RRQ, my goodness, just laying waste to the players from the side of Hawaii Sports.
And 4Cap, I think he might be able to make the getaway happen. He is so incredibly low, though, so he cannot afford to be caught. But I think they know Razor. Come on, Razor. No, not like this, Abe. Oh, round.
Yeah, GOW is probably looking for the bridge, potentially reading the circle, moving towards that spot. But not going to allow them from outside, and Twisted Minds just being gate kept by the Indonesians.
And there could be another gatekeeping situation because for the teams towards that bottom section, they have to leave that compound very soon. The circle is starting to move, and the circle is incredibly painful as well. EVOS, they can't get through. They're being blocked by Twisted Minds, but they do get the knocks. But EVOS, they only have ABAX left. He's gone.
At the end of the day, what did it cost you, EVOS Divine? Not
everything.
Back up on his feet. It is the Horizon play. EVOS Divine still surviving for today. The sliver of health. Can he get out of this sticky situation? Apex, the circle leaves him high and dry. Exposi's going to be bleeding out as well. 3 players on the medkit. Exposi! At least he gets that 1 extra point. Apex now making a mad dash to catch up with the circle. Can he get it? Answers knows. Apex is out. EVOS Divine finally falls.
Oh, but look at where these circles are right now. RRQ engaging into Onyx, and Onyx, they just don't have anything to work with, so they're going to try and play with the opponent glue walls. In the meantime, they've got a wall throwing grenades over at the Falcons. This circle was really small, but it's going to come down to a 3-way engagement, AJ.
Nades after nades are finding these teams, and Demon hopping on in there to get the final slay. Bison super aggressive, finds the first player, sprays one down, beat it down on the ground, on fire, exposed as well. Riptide Rhythm from RRQ, and JOW chipping on in. Now RRQ try to shut down on fire. One more taken down by Ma'al. He's not going to get picked right back up. And now Falcons damage too much. RRQ switches their sights over to JOW.
It's all thanks to GOW. The RRQ basically had free reign on both of those teams. So Peter, he's just going to have to try and play that game of survival. But Ton is saying, no, thank you. Second place is ours. And now can GOW take down RRQ?
RRQ now looking for yet another booyah in the day. GOW left with 2 more players, and it looks like the job is already done for the Indonesians. RRQ back-to-back booyah. Purgatory, Alpine both back, and they want to solidify their #1 spot.
Solidify their #1 spot.
Blue is biting away big points here. You know, 17 points, second place, and this is some consistent plays out of this squad. Because if you look at GOW's performance last week, it wasn't anything to shout about. You know, they got 49 points on a solid full day of play, and today they are already ace.
Now, speaking of play days, Hua, this is the team that I've been really worried about. They've actually been attacked here by EVOS, and so far, EVOS, they have most of their players, and maybe are they making the comeback happen here, AJ?
Oh yeah, but Death needs this, and he gets exactly that. But Shin and Yanbin down on the ground. Good day. Calling out for backup, and Death with a good solid glue wall in the nick of time. Poppy takes aim god out of the equation. Good day. In a lot of hot soup right here, right now. Pocket Market, do you have it in your hand, G'day? It looks like the answer might just be yes. He was awaiting that player. Bison in hand. He goes down, but they're not gotten into position just yet with his snipes. On fire a little bit too far. Ikal cutting down the distance. And now in a 3v4, Falcons in a very rough spot. Peter Tatsuya first gets out of the way, but Ikal still finds his back.
Ikal finds his back on fire, getting caught as well. And one more getting caught too. Oh, Falcons. This team just gets picked apart by Bigatron. I don't know how they do it, Bigatron. Absolutely.
Ready, but yeah, all split on the battlefield. So, come back to the action. This is the melodrama that has been continuing from the very first game. Falcons up against Bigatron. And it looks like Koja will be able to find yet another player constantly farming on the Falcons.
Relentless this team is. And actually, ooh, they've run into Hua.
Run into Hua, indeed.
Oh, that got Shin.
Find a different way out of here as Shin gets expanded. Bigatron Delta 10. Eliminations up. And it looks like survived this one. Diamond and Saming trying their best to catch up with the rest of the Twisted Mind players. And perhaps they are not really betting big on this engagement. Diggs finds his way back up. Trogon in hand. Yum switches sides with him. This is just a death mission, and he does pay the big price. One wrong step from Bigatron, and that messes up their lining. Exposi now. Diggs will get caught out as well. One final survivor. And Bigatron Delta, a huge mistake up against Twisted Minds, and they get expanded in the 10th spot.
So, 10 eliminations, right? Before they got eliminated. So they got the eliminations. They just... This team getting a little bit too aggressive, running into the wrong team at the wrong moment there. But hang on a minute though, Hua, Todak actually trying to go for the engagement there onto Hua. And for Zen, he's just hiding in the other compound. They've seen what's happened to the team. They just get completely destroyed. Oh my gosh, Riptide Rhythms! Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, 2 Riptide Rhythms. from 2 different angles. My goodness, sorry, 4 Riptide rhythms from 2 different.
I want to point out Twisted Minds here looking really on point this game, especially after that elimination there onto Bigatron. I actually think these guys might be the biggest make that slow climb.
Yeah, they have to be very careful here. Demon turns around and drops one more though. Hua eliminated in 8th place. GOW in an all-out gunfight up against Falcons. And unfortunately for Demon, he won't be able to get away quickly enough. GOW eaten up as Onyx interferes as well.
And even Falcons going down. They just didn't have a way inside that circle. So Twisted Minds now going to have to try and somehow deal with Onyx. Sming doing the best that he can on that high ground, but they're going to start running out of those grenades, and we are starting to see players drop one by one as well, because remember, if you're stuck on the cliff face, you don't have an easy way down.
Could it be 4 games in a row? It is the Indonesian flag waving up and high, proud in the sky. 10 eliminations already. RRQ still alive and kicking, looking for 3 booyahs in a row. Twisted Minds, you are in for a treat.
You're in for a treat. It might even be Onyx that has to go up against RRQ, which I don't think anyone would be surprised about at all. Oh, Jack has been caught on the ground. The teams have to pick him up. But Kiba is also caught on the side of Onyx, and they're now down to 2, down to 1. It's XY Roo. Onyx is out.
Yep, Onyx is out indeed, and RRQ sneaking away the most from those engagements. Twisted Minds only have 2 more survivors in here. Even if they use that portal goal, they'll be beamed straight into the compound of RRQ. RRQ has that advantage. 1-for-1 trade. Ma'al can still be picked up. Diamond, on the other hand, will perish as the blue catches up with him. Saming, the only survivor, the top predator of week 1, will be absolutely helpless as Duts shows up with a charge buster, executes him, and RRQ 3 in a row for Indonesia. It is an all-out booyah day.
It might seem anticlimactic, but they're going to continue on with this trend. RRQ, yes, very, as some people might say for them, very boring.
Struggling at the bottom, surprisingly heavy, and Hua Esports are joining them as well. So Malaysia and Vietnam kind of brothers in arms, struggling at the bottom of the leaderboard today. But thankfully, there are more than 2 Vietnamese squads, GOW and WAG, doing pretty decently for themselves.
Yep. And in this round, you know, very unfortunate for EVOS. We saw that Falcons looking at Twin Bridge. Also, the next circle is going to be pretty center on, a bit more to the western side here. But Bigatron trying to find those first knockouts, but Kyung can't quite get them knocked there, and actually going to have to deal with 2 players. Is Heavy going to be bringing in another one down? Kabi, they're getting caught, and Bigatron 2 players down, not looking too healthy here. If they don't get these limbs very soon, this could go sour.
Oh, Diggs, he does not have the right amount of utility here. If only he had that grenade in his hands, things could have been a little bit different, but Koja is here for the backup. B9 in hand, what a spray, gets the elimination.
You got it?
Hands down, but Artemis once again from the confines of those blue walls does manage to do the damage, but Diggs does overwhelm him. GOW that takes the elimination. Poor Nameless hiding away from WAG, just sacrificed to another Vietnamese squad. But they are now down on the ground. WAG going in for the critical strike with a portal goal, and now 2 players from GOW down on the ground already. Demon trying to pull it right back, and he does exactly that. Goes on the ground, needs to go on a pickup spree, but unavailable. The final player, grenade will not find him, and GOW now left with 2 players. X4 could deal the death blow with the shot through the M82B.
Oh, they're backs to the river as well, AJ. There is no way that they can get out of there, but that was such an awkward fight for God of War. The question is how are they going to approach this fight? Are they just going to send a couple of players in? Are they going to try and just run down this compound, just rush in together as a team? They are grouping up, so that might end up being the play here, as G'day getting really close, maybe trying to open up here with that grenade for the team. No connections yet, but they are chipping away at Bigatron's health points.
A very desperate EVOS Divine here, going out of their way to look for this elimination. Koja will be found. Grenade once again bouncing right back on G'day. Gotta work on those tosses, buddy.
Within it, they have a number of teams that they have to deal with that could potentially gatekeep.
Malaysians expand, hopping on in right after WAG, and WAG still in this game, so Twisted Minds definitely outnumbered here. And even if they can finish this off, here are the grenades. WAG out of the equation, but Twisted Minds now all barricaded in a tight little spot. Enough for Expand to toss in a couple of grenades, but those blue walls keep them safe for the time being.
They can't find any open windows. Beautiful blue walls to buy Twisted Minds some time, but now they're going to try and rush out together. That looks like the plan here, and both of Expand's front runners out of the picture. Beautiful push coming out of that compound, and now Expand sent reeling. It's down to the Axel and Too Fast to try and recover this, but I don't think that's going to happen because look who else has joined the party. RRQ is here to play.
Yeah, RRQ down at the bottom. They're just allowing Expand and KNOCOUT to finish the initial engagement first. What they don't realize is Onyx Olympus is right down there on the exact same floor as them. Abex from afar trying to help out the rest of his brothers as Expand gets dropped. RRQ continues the battle, finding Noki out in the open. But G'day from the back, Razor gets stacked up instantly, backs away. RRQ still 4-man strong. Yeah, all three teams here are all from Indonesia. EVOS Divine winning out this fight. They caught 2 players from the side of RRQ very close to the circle. AimGod, he has got the vantage point. A base sacrifice, and now beside him as well, RRQ has got 1 more survivor. That's not going to be able to get to him in time, but RRQ hanging on for their dear lives.
Hanging on for their dear lives, but they are running out of players, running out of health bars. And at the moment, Twisted Minds just going to be sitting out at the back here. And looks like EVOS finally going to start bringing in these monster trucks. But they can't get close enough. Too much damage. And 1 player already down. RQ still fighting in this compound, wanting to break through this wall being built up by Onyx, and actually they're now blocked off. They're going to have to try and figure out a way to get out of here without taking too much damage.
Dutz took himself out of the equation. RRQ now, they've managed to hurt themselves. They have to bide their time well. Allow Onyx Olympus to do the damage first up against Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds a little bit distracted by EVOS Divine right there on their right-hand side, but Onyx Olympus taking advantage of all of this chaos as well. Moving in from the back. The backstab is perfect. Farming down. Exposy turns things around on Onyx Olympus, overwhelming the players from the side of Twisted Minds. And here comes EVOS Divine as well.
Twisted Minds, they're running out of space. They were just advanced by too many teams. RQ, look at the eliminations. 14 eliminations for this team, and they keep on pushing Twisted Minds out of the game. Now it's going to be EVOS and RRQ. So here's the thing, Aim God, is your aim as godly as your name?
Oh my goodness, in a 2v1 once again, an all-out Indonesian circle. Ma'al and Razor going up against AimGod. It is the battle of the shotguns right here, but Razor has got the Bison as well. And the spray's on. AimGod barricades himself in solid blue wall. Razor says, peekaboo. The booyah is ours. 4 booyah in a row. 5 booyahs to Indonesia, the dominating region of week 2.
What was that madness? I am surprised we didn't see more bodies hit the floor in that compound. But the perfect wall positionings, the amazing play coming out from, I feel like EVOS, the fact that they were on the rooftop, that sort of teams. I didn't realize you were manifesting just a single map.
No, just the map, I want to see the Pentafecta here today.
The Pentafecta. Okay. So before that, though, just very quickly, game standings for match number 5. So RRQ nabbing the booyah, 28 points as well. 8-point lead over second place. Even though Twisted Minds, you know, I think this team would have loved to grab more points. 20 points considering...
Right-hand side, alongside Igal and Pyong. This is all over for Falcons as they drop 1 more. But the team will still stay surviving out there.
The team will stay surviving, and 1 more getting picked up quite poor. So hopefully they can get that macro game going. Diamond, though, not looking too hot himself, being chased by Hua. But look at this, the Yanbin caught inside the compound.
Poppy just getting tagged up by X-Posy. Multiple tags will not put him down and out of the equation just yet. And X-Posy will have the advantage here against Poppy. Poppy, what are you doing? Also see that miles away, and he just threw a WAT here too fast, holding the back lines here for the squad. 1 gets taken down, and it is the only hit from the side of Expand. Cyrus looking for yet another, and up he goes down. My goodness, just 1 quick knock for him, instantly taken down. Expand trying their best for that revival, and Too Fast gets 1 in before he himself gets into an engagement. Yet another knock for the captain himself, but no follow-ups available as those grenades are all out.
Oh, On Fire being chased as well. Bigatron, absolutely relentless when they're trying to go for these elimination points. And it's just On Fire. I mean, this man is just trying to buy time for his team. I kind of question how many players are still around for Falcon. Is On Fire the only one left? Do they still have someone remaining?
Oh,
they definitely have. Okay, there we go. Got their players, but there's more points for Bigatron here because they are farming for these points. Kyung's been caught though, thanks to one more.
Late, Cosq down on the ground, on fire, taken out as well. Ekal with a jump shot. Drogon, courtesy of those knocks, and on fire, and Squad a little bit too far away from the rest of his team members, and still Falcons hanging on, but Bigatron Delta 6-4-6, baby.
Onto Ton. God of Wolf though, really backing up, really not happy with this at all, seems.
You gotta love the beauty of that timing. Two players just hanging back with the portal goal and waiting for the two other players to circle around with the vehicle before hopping on in. GOW though, with the timing of the move away. Dian wanted to make such a huge play, but Exposi disables him. What a headshot. Grenade launcher disabled. And now they pick apart GOW one after the other.
Going after them one after the other, and they should be able to finish them off here. Not quite able to finish off Demon though. Really great blocks there with the glue walls, but unfortunately for Demon, running out of hiding places, and Twisted Minds completely removing the team from the picture. But for God of Wolf, they still have... Yeah, but looks like God of Wolf actually now causing some issues for Falcons.
As long as Falcons continuously get tortured by team after team out there on the battlefield, Bigatron Delta will be very proud of themselves because they have been the catalyst for all of that torture. They are always injuring the squad so early in the game, not allowing them to pick up on a lot of the loot. Speaking of not allowing Twisted Minds, not allowing Onyx Olympus to get many of those revives, but still this battle. But we don't even need to wait for that. Twisted Minds takes a longer rotation, tanking the blue damage as they put themselves right behind teams like...
Loves to fight. They just got to make sure that their shots land.
Expands out. Twisted Minds continues hunting down the Falcon players who made a long rotation in. Hua up against Bigatron Delta on the other hand. The Vietnamese squad has hunkered down, waiting patiently for the circle to either move or someone else to interfere. And they've got their prayers answered. Dutch from up above. And now the Riptide Rhythm, but it's being sent to the wrong team. Bigatron Delta having to fall behind gives Hua some breathing space.
Giving Hua some breathing space, but who doesn't have breathing space was Falcons. They managed to drive on past with the vehicle, but ran right into RRQ. And now look at this positioning for RRQ, ready to come in and basically backstab whoever is left on that low ground. And it's Bigatron. We're now down to 2 players remaining. And with the blue zone coming in as well, they're going to take serious damage. And that's going to be it for Bigatron, ending in the round here. But Hua, they still have players remaining. And knowing RRQ, they definitely want to add those bodies to their... Really much he can do all by himself. EVOS now down to what seems to be their last player. Aim God having to try and play that game of survival, but he's just going to get sniped up. And that's going to be it for this team. 7th place. WAG with 12 eliminations. On the other side though, Todak, they're being attacked by RRQ, and they need to get out of this because if they don't, RRQ one step closer to maybe getting another booyah.
Yeah, big risk play here for RRQ. Zen now getting tagged out from outside the circle, but it is RRQ. One after the other, getting those knocks for the squad and just bagging the whole team of Soda.
Oh my gosh, they have 15 eliminations, and it's not going to end there. But hang on a minute though, they do have a little bit of room to breathe because have a look up top. Multiple teams with just a few players remaining are here. Easy pickings for RRQ to add to their scoreline. 17 eliminations. We're down to our last 2 teams. It's RRQ versus WAG.
16 eliminations is the most RRQ has picked up thus far. They've already outdone themselves. All they need is a booyah to add. And what a beautiful portal goal to beam themselves to the right-hand side. Engaging with the sole survivor. X4. Riptide Rhythm from X4 as he backs away the attack from the left-hand side from the rest of WAG as well. This is a 4v4. The win rate here, 51% on the side of RRQ, and they are all clumped up together. X4 is still alive, all on his own. Cluster will not find the connection just yet.
Oh, RRQ, they're grouped up, whereas WAG, they have gone for the split, and RRQ already one player on the ground. Is this going to be the time for WAG to get the booyah? It looks like it might be the case.
WAG with a huge denial. Now Dutch Drogon in hand, but it is all over. But in a 4v1, the Vietnamese squad will crush Dutch and his hopes for the 5 beautiful booyahs back to back. Vietnam says we are still in this, baby.
And that was a beautiful play for WAG as well, because they decided to take the risky move of splitting their team up. And interestingly enough, I don't know about you, AJ, but
yeah, it's a huge game for WAG.
I mean, it sounds like it's a big day for everybody because we're getting records broken left, right, and center.
Oh, yeah.
So, expectations, what's going to happen for the rest of the weekend? Do we get any more records being broken on Saturday and Sunday? We'll have to find out, but MVP leaders, okay? We saw so much...
For the day, 28 points held by RRQ has been broken by WAG on this final round, getting 18 eliminations, way more than what RRQ could afford from the other games when they hit that booyah. But RRQ was right there hot on their heels, 26 points, a massive day for them as well.
Okay, I know we've given a lot of spotlight to our top performing teams today, AJ, but I think we also need to kind of mention the teams that really didn't get the points that they were looking for, right? Because
they're already suffering though. Why would you do that?
I know they're already suffering, but I guess it's more just to point out, like, what is the overall goal for these teams towards the bottom? Like, who needs to step up for the remaining play days, especially for this week, because they've obviously played their first round of matches.
I am